Welcome to Bootin' and Cracklin', baby. Hey, I'm Coach. That's Red.
From the bayou to the big stage, talking LSU Tigers, the Saints and those Cowboys. It's loud, it's Cajun, it's football season year-round with Coach and Red. This is Bootin' and Cracklin' Sports Talk.
Today, we going to keep talking about the NFL divisions, baby. What are we talking about today, Red?
The AFC North.
All right, I was just wondering. Hey, look. This show here, for those of you who don't know, we coming up with a new word. It's a lot of information, and it's some foolishness. So we finna give them some infoolishness.
Okay.
Info foolishness.
That sounds pretty
Can I patent that word?
That sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, info foolishness. There you go. AFC North. What you think about it, baby?
I think there's going to be a surprise bottom team in the division.
A surprise bottom team. So you tell him, so look, I'm going to read through the lines. I'm going to peek through the bushes, or I'm going to peek through the curtains, and I'm going to say, so you're saying you don't think the Browns going to be on the bottom? Because I think that's what most people think. Yes, that's what you think?
Yes, that's what I think.
You think the Browns going to be on the bottom?
No.
So, let's peel this onion and see what he's talking about here. So tell me what you think about him. Let's talk about Pittsburgh. I don't even know what order you're going with right now.
All right.
Let's talk about Pittsburgh. I think I hit the nail on the head because I saw them. I saw big old heads, eyes. It looked like an owl. Whoa! And I said Pittsburgh. Lord have mercy. That boy, look here. He sleep in trees and he crap out of branches. That was a big old owl I saw.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. So tell me about Pittsburgh.
Worst team in the division.
Oh, nailed it. Lord have mercy. Boy, look at it. Self high five, baby. Why do you think that, Red?
They got Old Man Winter at quarterback.
Old Man River.
Yeah, that guy. All he did when he was a young player was complain about Brett Favre. He needs to step away so I can get in the shine. What's he doing now? The same exact thing.
So listen, Aaron Rodgers is kind of the Kevin Durant of the NFL, right?
Just go home.
Just whiny drama.
Yeah.
It's always about something, and KD supposedly always has these burner accounts that he's answering people on Twitter or whatever, X or whatever it's called. I don't even know all that kind of stuff. Aaron Rodgers is kind of the same way, and it's crazy that you bring that up because listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Our show is completely unscripted. We don't even talk about this stuff before the show because we both have agreed we want true reactions.
Right.
I am so glad you brought this up because for the last 15 years, I have thought Aaron Rodgers was overrated. Yeah. Like, good quarterback? Yes. But this whole, was on ESPN, he's a bad man. Well, you're right. Sometimes he's just bad. Not bad as it good. I'm talking about bad as it bad. He whines, he complains. He's been to one Super Bowl. What is he really? I mean,
he has some MVPs, right?
Okay, but let's be real. MVP sometimes comes down to
who has the most stats?
Perception, fan perception, and stuff like that, and popularity. And so when you come down to MVPs, yes, I agree. But at the same time, I'm sitting here. Look, I'm kind of like Missouri. I'm the show me state. You're going to have to show me something. And he can go hide in a cave for 12 days or whatever he does. But that eccentric stuff he does, when it's all said and done, buddy, you got to play. Yeah. You got to play.
They also replaced Tomlin. All right. I actually like Mike Tomlin.
I do too.
He's a great coach, great man. They replaced him with Mike from Pittsburgh, who was probably the worst head coach hire.
Replace him with who?
Mike from Pittsburgh.
Just plain on Mike?
Yeah, that's all he is.
He's just a Mike. So I'm going to say this, Red. I agree with a lot of that. All right. The one thing I will disagree on, and this actually kind of rebuts what I said a minute ago, is that Aaron Rodgers played pretty well at the end of the season last year. Now, listen, he didn't play like at MVP level, like, oh, he has one good game and all of a sudden he's the MVP. That's not what I'm talking about. The last 6 or 8 games last year, he looked like a competent quarterback again. Now, he didn't look like a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but he looked decent, all right? And as much as I think he's overrated, I'm going to give him some benefit of the doubt. Look, when I say, man, he's overrated, you could still be a very good quarterback, but me think you were overrated. Both can be true, and that's what I believe. He was a very good quarterback, but to me, they had him at this level where I thought he was about here. Yeah. All right. Last year, he played decent. He played playoff level football, and I think that's probably about what he's going to do again. I don't think they're going to be at the bottom.
I don't think he's going to make it all year.
Okay, so there we getting into why I think I have them at 3rd in the AFC North. All right, is that like the Abominable Snowman League?
Yes,
the Abominable Snowman League. We officially have changed it here. FIFA, that's a whole different thing. That's the Green Giant.
Yes.
Anyhow, we getting through all this one way or another. I agree with you. I have him finishing 3rd. And I'm going to tell you why. Even if he only plays, let's just say half the season before he gets hurt. And why are we talking about him getting hurt? Because he's 41.
Yeah.
He's over 40 years old playing quarterback. He's been hurt 2 or 3 times over the last couple of years. History says you're going to get hurt again. Mm-hmm. Listen, it's the reason quarterbacks and athletes don't play into their late 40s and 50s. They get hurt and them injuries don't heal as quick. They get hurt easier. They're more prone to get hit because they're not as quick to get out the way of some of them hits. And those injuries take longer to heal. So I agree with you that I think Pittsburgh's going to be down. I guarantee you I agree with that. Before I get into it, you tell me how you see the Cleveland Browns.
3rd.
You see them 3rd. All right, so I got that flipped. I have Cleveland 4th and Pittsburgh 3rd. Tell me what you think of Cleveland. Let's talk about their quarterbacks, because Lord have mercy, they have the most interesting quarterback. Let's say interesting, not talented. The most interesting quarterback room probably in the NFL.
Talked about.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah, talked about. I mean, there's going to be some chatter because when it's all said and done, the 2 quarterbacks that get talked about,
the tickler,
and Sanders.
Yeah, Deion's son.
I'm not even sure if those are the 2 best quarterbacks on the roster. They got the boy Gabriel from Oregon. I'm not positive he's not the best quarterback out there. I'm just telling you. A lot of people want to talk about Sanders. Well, he didn't get drafted because of his daddy. Well, he didn't get a shot because of his daddy.
Everything he had was because of his daddy.
Everything the boy got is because of his daddy. I mean, listen, when it's all said and done, the NFL is most definitely if you can play, we got a spot for you.
Yeah.
And nobody had a spot for him. I'm just telling you, nobody had a spot for him. That tells you something. Whether it was his ability, whether it was, because supposedly in some of the pre-draft interviews, he came off as very arrogant and cocky and conceited. They didn't invite me into those pre-draft meetings. But if it comes out from more than one team, maybe it's true.
Yeah. A lot of people say it, though.
Cleveland also got rid of a pretty good player a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Who was that?
Myles Garrett.
They got rid of Myles Garrett. Cleveland got rid of the reigning defensive MVP two-time, but he's the reigning, and probably other than those quarterbacks, the only player on their team that the average NFL fan can name.
Yeah. But definitely the face of the franchise.
Well, not anymore. He was. He was the face. Now he's the face of somebody else over there on the West Coast.
Yeah. But they got a young pass rusher who's going to try to step in, fill those shoes.
Listen, and that guy they got from the Rams is not a bad player. But this is my question with the Browns. Well, you know what? I guess I'm wrong on that. I was about to say they got a bunch of young quarterbacks on cheap contracts, but I forgot about the Tickler's contract.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. The Tickler is just draining their money. I guess he's probably the reason. They probably would have been better off just cutting him about 3 years ago.
Or not signing him. Or trading for him.
Yeah, the better thing would have been to not sign him. But once you sign him and you find out his massage worshipship, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
They say he gives those people a big tip, though.
Money.
That's what I'm talking about, money. They give him a big tip. Hey, you want this tip? I'm just saying. Now that we talked about the bottom of the barrel, who do you have second in the AFC North?
Baltimore.
You have Baltimore. So they got Superman. Yep. You know, and listen, I said Superman a couple of weeks ago talking about him and stuff. No, that's Cam Newton. I get it. Cam Newton did the Superman. I get it. By the way, y'all like my Bobby Boucher? I'm just saying. But they got, to me, Lamar Jackson right now is Superman.
Yes.
But he's too inconsistent. He's too inconsistent for me to believe they're going to be in the mix every year.
So, do you think some of that should fall on Harbaugh, who's no longer there?
Absolutely. Listen, so for what have they been to get? Harbaugh's been there for years. Yeah. But what has he been there? Maybe 6 years, 5, 6 years?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, I'm talking about. Go look at his stats. His stats are unbelievable stats, and then terrible stats, and then unbelievable stats, and then terrible stats. Every year, Baltimore's going to be in the mix. How many times have they been in the AFC Championship game?
None. Not since he started.
Listen, when it comes down to it, listen, you're not going to like this, Red. The Baltimore Ravens are the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC. Big hype every year. A quarterback they want to hype up. The media tells us they have the best roster in the division or in the conference and have a decent enough record to get to the playoffs or whatever, get everybody hyped up. And then when they come to the playoffs, they fall flat. Am I wrong?
I'm putting more of that on Harbaugh than Lamar.
But have you seen some of his stats in these playoffs?
I understand that.
It's terrible. But look, so all right. So Baltimore also has King Henry.
Yes.
And in some of these playoff games, they talk about, well, you didn't run the ball. Well, you didn't run the ball. You had King Henry. So if we didn't run the ball, then who did we have the ball? Whose hands were the ball in? Lamar Jackson. So it's got to be mostly his fault. If the ball was in his hand, if the big complaint after their playoff flops was that we didn't give the ball to Henry enough, that means everybody is saying Lamar stunk it up. Maybe, I don't know how else to deduct that.
The new coach will make them run the ball.
Okay, but even if I have to give it to you for us to win, what does that say about me?
I don't know. I just think it'd be a different.
If the only way we win is for me to hand it off, then what am I really doing?
You can still throw it a little bit. You ain't got to hand it off.
Obviously, he couldn't throw it a little bit because when we didn't hand it off, we stunk it up.
I think they're going to be all right.
I think they're going to be all right. They are the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC. They're going to be all right. And when it comes down to January, it's going to be just like Zeke. Boom.
So you think they're going to be second in the division?
I agree. I think they're going to be second. Right. I think I agree with you on that. That's kind of crazy that we both have the top two ranked the same here. So that means we both have
number 9 in orange.
Number 9 in orange coming in number 1.
Yeah.
By the way, have y'all realized? Has anybody else realized? You know, I know people watch us all over the world, but we some Louisiana boys.
Yes.
Don't let that stupid shirt fool you. But we some Louisiana boys. You realize that all the important quarterbacks in Louisiana, the best ones, or not quarterbacks, but players wore number 9.
A lot of them, yeah.
You got Joe Burrow. You got Drew Brees. You got Bobby Boucher. I mean, are those not the 3 most famous players in Louisiana history? They got to be up there. You remember when Bobby Boucher showed up at halftime in the Bourbon Bowl?
Yes.
Hey, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
SCLSU.
Vicky Valancourt.
My dogs. Hey, Vicky Valancourt, she had that glacier water. It's always cold. It's always cold. Anyhow, Joe Burrow. Let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. First of all, let me talk to y'all. Bungle Nation. Right here. Let me tell you something. Whoever over there in WKRP in Cincinnati land come up with a who they chant to copy the Saints who dat chant? What is y'all, like second grade? Y'all can't come up with your own stuff? Who they? Folks, everybody know whose that is. What y'all doing? I mean, and then you're proud of that? So, I tell you what, you know what that would be like? That would be like if my New Orleans Saints decided next year, you know what, Red? We're going to keep our colors. But from now on the side of our helmet, we're going to have a star. No! You got your stuff. I got my stuff. Cincinnati, get your own stuff. That's terrible. I mean, that's ridiculous. Who they? You stupid. That's who they is. They stupid. Anyhow.
Still think they're going to win the division.
I got off on a tangent there.
Still think they're going to win the division.
Who they?
Yeah, them.
Who they going to win the division? First of all, Cincinnati defense can't be any worse than what they've been, right?
No.
Yeah. So what is the Cincinnati Bengals right now? They are
quarterback and 2 receivers.
They are about 12 years of Drew Brees and the Saints back in the day.
Yeah.
Good quarterback, can throw it around and score some points, but can't stop a nosebleed. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, folks, if the New Orleans Saints for 10 years had an average defense, Drew Brees would probably have 3 MVPs and 2 or 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Those 8 and 8 years?
All the 8 and 8 because we would score 45 points a game. Yeah. I mean, it just, again, that's another tangent. But the Cincinnati Bengals, listen, they're going to score points. Yeah. As long as Joe Burrow is on his feet and healthy, the Cincinnati Bengals going to score points. I mean, they have, in my opinion, the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL. Who got a better tandem? I know what you're coming with, and I'm not going to necessarily argue it hard.
I think they're better than what Dallas has.
I think they're better, but they're in the same conversation. Yeah. I think Pickens and Lamb are in the conversation with Chase and T. Higgins.
Yeah.
All right. Cincinnati.
I think they have a better tight end, Mike Gesicki.
But when it's all said and done, for Cincinnati to be in the playoff picture or the division title hunt, they got to do one thing. One thing they got to do. What is it?
Stop other people from scoring.
You got to keep Burrow healthy.
Oh, my God.
Because look, last year, here's the thing. Last year, they couldn't stop anybody, and then Burrow got hurt.
Yep.
Well, now, guess what? Now you're done. And I mean D-U-N, done. It is what it is. If Burrow's healthy, you have a puncher's chance of just outscoring people, right? Now, if you somehow can get a couple of defensive players, now you're in something. I'm going to tell you, I think Cincinnati is going to be in the same predicament long-term as what the Cowboys are in or fixing to be in when they sign Pickens to a long-term contract.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it will either. But if the Cowboys sign him, they're going to be in the same general problem where 75% of their money is tied up in one quarterback and 2 receivers. Now, does that make for exciting football? Absolutely, because guess what? When we get the ball, we're going to score. But when you get the ball, guess what you're going to do? They're going to score too. So it's going to be a whole bunch of 45 to 42 ball games, which people like to watch. It makes for exciting football. It don't always make for winning football. Be that as it may, I still trust Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase more than I trust anybody else in this division right now.
Right.
That's the way I see it. Nobody else in this division has proven to me that they can win the big game. Because let's be realistic. Joe Burrow got them to the Super Bowl. They got them to the Super Bowl. You know, call it luck, call it fluke, whatever it is. Some quarterbacks just put off the aura of winner.
Yeah, that's definitely him.
Joe Burrow puts that aura off. Now, maybe that's because I'm an LSU fan, maybe whatever it is.
Oh, we both saw that change that happened in that bowl game against UCF.
Absolutely. When he got smacked,
yeah.
It was like they just flipped the switch on the boy. And like, no, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. I'm fixing to just go out and do what I gotta do. I'm tired. I'm not fixing to be a system quarterback anymore. I have these skills. Let me put them to use. All right. If I'm the Bengals, the next 2 or 3 years, I used not some, all of my draft capital
fixing that line
on offensive line and defense.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not worried about a running back. I'm not worried about tight end. I got to have 5 linemen that can keep Joe Burrow healthy, and I got to have a couple of guys on the other side of the ball that can make it stop. Yeah. If I got that, we can win some ball games. All right? So do you think the Bengals are a Super Bowl threat? I'm assuming, being as we both think they're going to win the division, do you think they're a Super Bowl threat?
Yeah. I mean,
you think they're a Super Bowl threat?
Joe's got them there before.
I'll tell you the difference. And it's probably the number one thing in the NFL people don't realize. When Joe got him there, he was on a rookie contract, which means there was still a lot of money to be spent on the other side of the ball. People, when them quarterbacks get paid, and listen, I realize they're not the only one getting paid on there, but they're the only ones getting $50 million a year. When you get a good quarterback and he's on a rookie contract, those first 4 years or maybe 5 years, whatever it is, you better take advantage of it. Because once he signs, all of a sudden your ability to spend in other places is greatly diminished. Mm-hmm. New Orleans Saints, are you listening? Mickey Loomis, are you listening? I hope so, brother. I'm just telling you. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender. I think them and Baltimore are going to come down to the last week or 2 of the season. That's just, my opinion. I think they're going to come down to the last week or 2 of the season for the division. I think
they played
the Browns last week of the season.
They played the Ravens
the week before. That's correct. That game will probably be for the division or pretty close to it, in my opinion.
They're at Baltimore on October 25th and host Baltimore on December 31st.
Okay, so look, I'm just going to throw a couple of names out there. Do you think Cincinnati is better than Buffalo? No. Do you think they are better than Kansas City?
Is Mahomes playing or not?
Mahomes is playing. Right now they're playing. Or they're better than Kansas City?
No.
Are they better than that right there means they're not in Super Bowl contention. In my opinion, that right there takes them out of Super Bowl contention. Are they better than the Chargers?
Yes.
Are they better than Denver?
Yes.
So you basically have them about third in the AFC. Yeah. Okay, listen. Okay, so I guess that makes them a contender. To me, if you're in the AFC Championship, you're a contender. But I'll go with top 3 or 4. Is it? Listen, in sports, people, it doesn't matter if it's high school sports, college, or professional. If your team is in the conversation of, at the end of the season, if your team is in the conversation of, hey, that team can win it, folks, that's about as good as you can ask for. Yeah, we all want our team to win it, but if your team is in the mix and other people are saying, hey, they possibly could win it, consider yourself lucky. You've had a good season. Yeah. Everybody wants to get down when their team don't win it. When they lose in the Super Bowl, they lose in the game, the semifinals or whatever. Folks, it's hard to win championships. I'm telling you. People don't realize it. It's hard. Yeah. So if your team is in the mix and they're in that conversation, consider yourself lucky. Bengals.
So we got Bengals first, Ravens second, and then we flip-flop third and fourth, right?
That's correct. I got Pittsburgh and then the Browns, and you got Browns and then
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So where do you rank the quarterbacks? And let's just give Malik the starting quarterback, not Malik, whoever you want, the Tickler or Deshaun. Who do you think is going to win that starting quarterback, by the way?
I think it's going to be...
Or Gabriel. Or Gabriel.
I think they're going to start off with Deshaun, and it's going to end up going to the other two. It's going to be a...
So rank the quarterbacks in this division.
Joe.
Burrow.
Lamar.
You know what's crazy is a lot of people would have that flipped.
Yeah.
A lot of people... And listen, if Lamar has one of those seasons... Remember, I just talked about his stats are here. If he has one of those seasons here, you can definitely make the argument he's better than Joe Burrow. When he has those, he's way less consistent than Joe Burrow.
I'll put Joe, Lamar, then Rodgers.
And then throw him. Oh, hey! Wait, Rodgers, wait a minute. You called him old man winner a while ago.
Old man winner.
So you think old man winner is still better
when healthy, yeah.
Than not the, you know what? Let's just call the Tickler. Let's make him like a Batman villain. The Tickler. The Tickler. He's one of Batman's villains.
Yeah.
You think he's better than Deshaun Watson and Sanders and Gabriel?
Yes.
I think he still is too. And that's why I had them third.
Yeah.
That's why I had them third. You made the argument for me.
Their coach is going to lose them a bunch of games.
Pittsburgh's?
Yeah. Mike.
Wait, hold on.
Pittsburgh's going to lose them a bunch.
So you don't think Cleveland's coach is going to lose a bunch of games for him? I mean, what? Look, I'm not great at math, but 1 + 1 ain't turning into 2 right now, Red.
Mike from Pittsburgh's going to lose a bunch of games.
Yo, that's like a call-in show, huh? Yep. Mike from Pittsburgh?
Yep. That's all he is. Whatever you do, never forget the Atlanta Falcons blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
Boudin and Crackling Sports, baby.
So find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok. Email the show at boudinandcracklingsports@gmail.com.